See what this shows up on. Yeah, look, it actually does show up here. Thanked, a French nautical term for a receding tide. I don't think it's a mountain we're climbing. It's not in the normal way. crab of some sort. What do we have? Is it a baby? Chapter 1, Day 1. My kinda hop. It's an interesting mechanic. That is scary. I already placed one. Make sure to pull in the rope because I'm bound to forget. Another sleep turning over stones at the old delta. Harvest 2 belay stations for parts. A good catch. That should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape, otherwise it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns I think I can revive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh, and I finally caught an old knitting machine for Ennio, who's been asking for one for cycles. Not in great shape, but we should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide, though. Note to self, stop doing business with Rem. All he does is dismantle my discoveries and sell them for parts in the Heights. He claims to be a repairman, but he's nothing but a foam salesman. That's what. Oh, this game's kind of scary. I don't know if I like that. What is this? Trying to tell me something. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. And I can go back down. Might be like a checkpoint or something. Oh, goodbye, shell. Okay, how are things at the sawmill? Business has been slow at the restaurant. Almost no one came to the last music night, even though people are climbing down from all over. I know we don't play the shows anymore, but still. I was thinking that adding scaffolding to the side of the upside down cliff might help steer passerby this way. I was. I miss seeing a packed patio. Can you take care of it? I checked with low tide, and everyone agrees. Hey Mo, listen, these things happen. I hope one day you'll ask me to do something besides taking boats apart to make ladders. Like if I'm free for a romantic dinner or two. Anyway, all good for your scaffolding since the village approves. I don't have much wood to choose from, but after that new path to the plane I had to build, but I still have a wreck or two left over. I'll get to it when the currents allow. I owe you one. Thanks, you're the best. By the way, do you ever run into old Sonia? Think she's rummaging around in your area right now. If you see her around, do you mind telling her I need a new hob for my oven? Mine's taking on water. In the meantime, set sail for the restaurant. I'm not sure how romantic it will be, but we can always share a half-cooked meal. Let's see, where do you want me to go? Certainly not just down, I don't think. I don't see anything if I just go down. I think it wants me to get up somehow. But how? Hmm. Oh, I can just continue placing these. It takes so much core strength to do these kind of climbs. What what am I grabbing onto exactly? Not that. Just reset to get full stamina back. I really don't know what it wants me to go to. Like I'm climbing the wrong area. But I'm not because it gave a hint on it. I'm very lost here. Like those look like they should be grabbable. Unless it's another swing. Hmm. Okay, I need to reset. Is there a different way to go? No, but there is lore here. Wasn't until I started my shift to prepare for the crossing that I realized it's my last crossing to supply from Morelia. Fumarolia. After that, folks will have to make do with what they have. What I wouldn't give for things to go back to the way they were, seeing smiles on people's faces. The little ones climbing the cliff and diving into the waves, and us water fishers learning to fish again. All the things the old folks tell us about sleep after sleep. But enough of this yearning for old times. I've got a desert to cross and a caravan to prepare. It's not going to prepare itself, if only. Where's my yellow paint? Yeah, that really seems like where I should be going. Or where does the game want me to go? Not there. Gonna be like one spot that you can grab onto. I don't know where it wants me to go. Hmm. I just wanna climb mountain. Oh, that's why. Okay. I messed it up and then it got rid of a tip that says you can double jump. Don't you love that? Oh, now we got there. Interesting. That's fun. Yeah, I suppose I should place one. What an eerie place. Oh, there's where it wants me to go, but I won't explode. Iguanas. Place down a rock. Don't know what that does. Probably just a ritual for people climbing. Lynn's gone to the heights to ask to extend the site. With the boss gone, the wind's gone out of our sails when it comes to digging. Not such a bad thing. Lifting boxes, crates, and barrels is my area of expertise. But shifting the rolled stones at the slightest pitch and roll, everyone's knees start quaking. Anyway, I was just getting used to the idea of working with archaeologists, making myself useful again, and already the work's dried up. I doubt it'll start up again. I don't see how we can move forward. How about you? How are things in low tide? Is Dee Dee still refusing to go to school? My love, I'm so happy to hear from you. We miss you so much, Dee says. I'm homeschooling her, and I'm very much out of my depths. Do you remember the names of all the regions of the tower? I don't even remember learning that. I gave Dia a homework assignment about the old altar to keep her busy for a while. She's supposed to copy the design. I ended up going with her. It's been ages since I'd last ventured behind the village. I'd forgotten how dark it is. But you know Dee, she's gutsy, and she's enjoying diving into the past, just like you. Speaking of which, have your archaeologists finally found out how tides work? They've been digging for a while now. Get it? Do you know when you'll be able to come back up here? A little hidey hole. Well, we made it to where we were going. Hey, Bianca, you must have cast off for who knows where. I went back to the postal relay, still no water, surprise, surprise. Sully and Faz are still sorting through everything by hand, and I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. Me, on Pebbleback, you can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself. Still, why not, eh? It's a fresh start, and I quite like seeing the world as the mail comes in. Well, it would be nicer if this damn Pebble would just change course when I ask it to. I'm telling you, it's stubborn, worse than old Yum. Honestly, though, what a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to miss the tide at this rate. I left your mail by the door. Pebble. Hey Bianca, how are things down there? I hear your boss sailed off into the horizon. Good riddance. I never liked him anyway. Things here at the hut are pretty quiet. Not many people stop by these days. A seasonal job when there are no more seasons. Starting to get bored, you can tell because I've started scratching letters. Tell me something to distract me, won't you? Oh, I'm so glad to hear from you. I'm about as useful as a buoy on dry land, but no surprises there. You've been gone for a while, so maybe you don't know, but everything here is closed. Except for old Ennio's shop. He's still raising his chocos. Bessa tried to convince him to leave with them. Remember Bessa, the little terror at the back of the classroom? They got caught in quite a gale. It was amazing. No one's dared try again since. Do you think they're going to keep you on if people stop coming by? You might be seeing more folk soon, though. I came across a classified ad. They're mounting an expedition to explore the crow's nest. I'd like that, but going off on an adventure with strangers? Ugh. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Heading for the clouds, huh? That sounds like quite something. I'll better stock the hold. I bet they'll come this way. You know what? You should join them. Come see me too. You don't have any excuses since you're out of a job. It would be a nice change from the few stray travelers that still come by. Hey, the other day another climber got stuck at Weeping Rock Pass. I had to go fetch them. Only you could have seen them, stupid enough to eat hay, as they say around here. Okay, it's settled. I'll be waiting for you. might as well go this way first. Log 12 octaves after the Jusant. I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink. At the old harbor master's office, a note caught my eye. It sounded like poetry. Expedition to the clouds, seeking hope in water. Join us at 12 octaves. Back in Arlo's farm, Highwood Field, to journey together. After spending so long marinating and trying to find meaning in life, it'll do me good to see the world, as Em would say. Hopefully, we'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. With any luck, there'll be other adventurers leaving from low tide. I don't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left here was for the harvest festivals when I was just a small fry, so an expedition like this is no small matter. They want to set sail for the clouds. Oh no, my parents, I forgot about them. What am I going to tell them? You folks, I'm off on an adventure. See you around if, and only if, I make it back alive. Of course, Bianca dear, don't forget to bring snacks. I'd better not say anything, and I should bring snacks. What else? What do people normally take on this type of trip? One thing's for sure, what's a journey without a logbook? I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expeditions that set off for the Salt Plain in search of springs. I'm going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come after us, starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse, ye welcomed me with wonder, and have kept me company as I've pondered too much. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the weave beaks, who will watch over you from the sky, and to watch over this message, I'm leaving one of my creations. Adventure calls, Bianca. Hi, Moon. Really, you didn't put anything down here? Sad. I ain't going back up. Moon going to school today. Oh, just a swing. Meow. What? Who said that? You're so goofy. Oh, not quite what I meant to do, but sure. Oh, that stinks. How's school, Moon? Why do you say that? School's good for Moon. Smart. But you can be smart. Smart. Oh. No air conditioning in school. Oh, grass. And whatever that is growing. Migration. I see. Interesting. Oh. Well then. That's gonna make stuff interesting. We can grow plants. Soon class will be over for you, Moon. Maybe. Too early, I think. Water, that's true. I haven't drank water in a bit. How about you, Moon? Have you drank the water? Fire. You're hungry? You should eat then. Another one of these. Rock. I already did that. Why is it telling me the basic controls? Interesting. Glad you're staying hydrated, Moon. You still need to eat sometime soon. Oh, we're going this way. There is multiple ways. Another shell. It's got some nice music. Goodbye, shell again. Oh, not quite what I wanted to do. That I could just jump up to it. Hmm. Oh, maybe that gives what I need. No, I think that's just a shortcut getting up here. Which does not explain that thing here. Unless I wasn't supposed to be able to jump up that. Probably not. Don't know. Not that important. I'm not going for 100%. Um. Oh. There is a plank. Okay then. What you got to eat, Moon? Nice. That sounds pretty tasty. Now you don't expand anymore. Just barely reached that. Nice. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Should have done that. Nope. That looks like it's going up. I want to explore for a moment. Auntie Ida, you have to talk to them. I want to go on an expedition to the desert too. Everyone always says I'm too young. I don't care. Nil's going, and he's only a bit bigger than me. Plus, he's mean. I have to stay at this port gathering stinky old seaweed and doing my homework. I bet cleaning the canals with you would be more fun. I want to see what else is out there. But my parents never want to let me leave the village. Can you talk to them, please? Oh, Dee, believe me, sweetie, you wouldn't have much fun scraping the pipes of the Great Basin, that's for sure. You won't like what I'm about to say, but be patient. You have plenty of time to grow up. We'll be sailing off to the plains soon enough. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, though, but we have no choice but to go with your parents, so best not to quarrel with them in the meantime. I don't fancy crossing the plain with the three scowling faces. Your favorite auntie. Not anymore, you're not. Least favorite auntie. What is the point of connecting here? Oh, go up. I can't reach that though. Hmm, interesting. This is probably just where I could have gotten up the first time. Yeah. This octave, we are celebrating the safe return of Expedition 34 to the port. The expedition was led by Corey, who again braved a horizontal world. We are proud to welcome these children of low tide, who are returning with a priceless treasure back among us. The members of Expedition 34, descendants of the celebrated Her, Iga, and Im, who were the first to venture out onto the Great Plain in search of the lost ocean, walked further than ever before and were finally able to find a new spring after numerous failed expeditions. A fresh start for many villages. The who have been waiting their turn since the furnaces and Fumarolia oasis hit their population limits. A welcome reception will be held next sleep. The collective of former expeditionaries has made its best seaweed pie. Bring your own beverages. Brilla Gazette issue 43, 9 octaves and one-third after the Jusant. Editorial. In this issue, we'll be taking a look at the creatures that gave this near cyclical. Wow. I struggled with this word before too. In was it in Kingdom Hearts? Maybe. Publication, its name, Brelis. Well, they've come up before in our issue on endangered tunnel wildlife and in our special edition, Inhabitants of the Great Reservoir. We've never dedicated an entire section to them. It's high time we rectified that. Gorillas are best known for their slow and majestic flight. However, they began their lives clinging to rock. In this first stage of their life cycle, they resemble flowers known as shrinklets. From within the shrinklets come sparks, small glowing creatures that fly through the darkness of the caves and tunnels in groups. How many octaves does it take for a spark to grow into a Brella? How long do Brellas live? Has anyone ever seen one die? Much has been forgotten about Brellas despite them being witnesses to the tower's ancient past. At the time of writing, they've almost completely disappeared. We only know about sparks from children's stories. They're said to kidnap naughty children. And shrinklet sightings are exceptionally rare, only occurring in the remotest tunnels. In the following pages, we've attempted to piece together some facts about them. Did you know, based on the information we've gathered from the teams of water surveyors who sometimes encounter these creatures on their maintenance rounds and who are very grateful to, being near sparks makes you feel weightless, so be sure to behave yourselves, kids. Let's hope that the drop in activity in recent cycles will give shrinklets, sparks, and brillas the peace, quiet, and space they need to thrive. That was cute. Birds. Logbook 12 octaves and 1 prime after the Jusant. Usually just getting to low tide from my old lighthouse is an expedition for me. It's hard to believe that this time the adventure was just getting started. At the meeting point, I found myself waiting with Matei, a young woman from these parts. Well, younger than me anyway. Her parents have already left. But like other people our age, she wanted to stay. That made ripples with the older generation. Leaving the family nest is no easy thing. I don't know Matei well, but we already have something in common. The widening gap between us and our parents. She seemed relieved to see me. For once I was lost for words, smiling awkwardly and still red from the exertion of getting there. With my pack all undone and my hair sticking up every which way, probably. Nice one, Bianca. Not socially awkward at all. But I was just as relieved as she was to know I wouldn't be setting sail alone. To my surprise, Old Soul joined us too. I don't think we'd exchanged a single word before now. Will an old schooner like him be able to keep up? Ever since I was little, Soul's always been the the old hermit who lives up on high. He used to scare me. He would come down to the port sometimes, like a spider sliding down a silk thread. The other kids and I would have fun running away, screaming at the sight of him. Even now my knees start quaking as I saw him lumbering towards me. We set off as a group of three, since no one else came to join our crew. I soon realized I'd been worried for nothing. Sol leads the way, an old figure with nimble feet, who climbs the cliffs with amazing ease. Matei follows behind, brimming with energy. Suddenly I feel like the old one. That's me, I'm the old one. I gotta check. First of all, fall damage. Okay, you won't even let me jump down. Fine. Oh, this one lets me fall down, kind of. And I'm just getting myself stuck. There we go. Because I think that is the actual right way. Or there's multiple ways you can go. There's this that I still don't know how to climb. Looks like there's more over there, but I don't know if I can actually get there. Moon, you gonna share your food with me? Can I have some? Another note. Dearest Mate, you'll probably laugh at what I'm about to say, but I wish I were a choco. Nothing to do but be round, fluffy, and cute the whole sleep long. No job, and no existential crisis about the future. It'd be more relaxing than going door to door, but someone has to bring the old folks water. And I never would have believed it, but I've grown fond of them. Remember old Coco she made me listen to and dust off her shell collection. She's as deaf as a post, so someone should listen to them once in a while, she said. One of the shells almost crumbled to dust. They miss the ocean just like we do. Are things any better with your family? Are they still upset? No need to tell me if it's too difficult to talk about. I may not be there to support you, but I'm sending waves your way. Like Coco, still I admire you. I definitely wouldn't have the patience. Things with my parents are still choppy. They let the ocean disappear, but they don't want to understand what happened. We're not responsible, they always say. They've left for the Cauldron's oasis. They'd requested the furnaces so they could join some friends of theirs, but spots there are hard to come by. At least things have calmed down for me since they left. I feel as light as can be. Maybe I should go on a trip too. Wow. What do you mean? I said you can have some food. You just gotta come to the US. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Yeah, just a little bit. Good luck. But still, I offered. You won't even share. Oh, This is how we get over there. I'm going up. I'll take my rope back. Come to Malaysia? I don't know about that one. It's probably safer there than the US, though. Which isn't hard. Is this a road? No, not a road. Did I miss something? I don't think I did. Excuse you, jump please. What is this thing? Oh, there's another path. Okay. Let's go up. Thank you. Oh, it does let me kind of ride it. That's good. No, we're going this way. Get our rope back. Nice. That another shell? Maybe one day, Moon. Goodbye, shell. It's kind of sad that the shells just kind of fall apart. Gone. Gee, I've never seen so many people coming down from the height, and some of them are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not so hopeless after. Ocean provides for a patient heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here. Apart from old Yam, maybe. He makes my heart flip with his dimples. Calloused hands and that plaid shirt he always wears. Yum, the baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyway, I'm leaving for the tower too. Sorry, Bessa. I don't know how else to tell you. I wish we could clip our carbiners together, carabiners together like we used to before running around on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with, but that's how it is. I'm crewing up with the neighboring village. They found me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down on the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. Abandon the friend. Rock pile. We have a long way to go. Put on our sunglasses. Solstice. Logbook. 12 octaves and 1/3 after the Jusant. This is an adventure, alright. I mean, fine. We've only gotten started. We still haven't strayed off the beaten path, but for me, this is huge. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I think I needed this. To feel the rocks under my hands, to experience something out of the ordinary, to move. I'm getting to know my companions better, though our chit chat mainly revolves around which route to take to join the expedition. Mate and Sol are already getting along like a house on fire. They can probably hear us laughing all the way down on the salt plain. By embarking on this journey, Sol wants to try to return to the world of yesterday, and Mate wants to save the world of tomorrow. As for me, if I can just make it to the meeting point alive, I'll be happy. I never dared leave home before now. Well, leave for real, without my parents, but I dreamed about it, having incredible adventures, finding a new port to call home, anywhere but low tide. I never really felt like I belonged there. Maybe I didn't try hard enough, spent too much time daydreaming of far off places. But what is there for me back in low tide, apart from empty houses and questions without answers? It was high time to give something else a try. For me and Mate, climbing's usually something we do when we have no other choice. To say we hesitate each time we have to launch ourselves into the open air with only our rope securing us is an understatement. But we encourage and belay each other. For Soul, it's a different story. He sets the route with incredible ease. He tells us about how he used to climb as a kid to gather seaweed with his parents. That was before the Jusant, another era since then. Since then, he's seen the drought slowly transform the tower into a desert. Soul reminds me of the sailors from the stories you sometimes hear, the ones who can't get used to the inertia of the tower after spending their entire lives on the waves. Soul himself is definitely ungainly when it comes to walking, which terrified us as kids. But when he climbs, he's as nimble as a soar I tried to carve. Yuck. Another rock tower. I don't know what the rock towers are. Probably just another collectible. I am already missing some. That's fine. We've got all of the Biancas. Yeah, I couldn't do this. There were fights and all. Going up. I don't know which way it wants me to go. Oh, not that way. Great. Usually not a fan of stamina things, but this isn't too bad. At least not yet. Yummy food that you won't share with me. Logbook 12 octaves in 2 seconds. After the Jusant. We did it completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there, barely a handful. Look how peaky the poor thing is. She's shaking like a sewing machine. I felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts had been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from the exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had fired their hands, a desire to change things, and I was part of it. That's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional, and the mood was solemn. They're the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They've spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore, in their own funny sounding words. Not one measly plant grows in these here fields no more. Hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too bad. Then Becca told us about their wild scheme, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take, and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca want to find Ballast, as they're called lower down, enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballasts only exist in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. They're Arlo and Becca's last hope, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have a chance to save the tower. It's up to us to seize it, Bianca. Good job, Bianca. Making progress. That's probably everything here. Looks like it. Gotta be fast. They burn. Right. Hello? Grab. Thank you. Hmm. Probably just a swing would be my guess. I would assume I'm going down here. But no, we're going down. Oh, now you're gonna grow? Okay. Sure. Going up. This feels like the right way to go, which means I don't wanna wait. No notes. Or is my note at? Actually, no note here? Weird. I sense a note. I Probably don't actually sense a note. No note. They're being stingy now. Feel like we didn't need the rope for that one. Well, I don't know how I feel about that one. Logbook 12 octaves and 1/5 after the Jusant. There are so many people climbing down from the height. I feel like a fish swimming upstream, like in the stories. Before the Jusant, we rose and fell with the tides. I remember hearing the old schooners describe the enormous waves, ones that drove people upward with each high tide. They'd never seen the ocean themselves. They were just repeating what they'd heard from the elders when they themselves were young. But there must have been a grain of truth to these stories, right? The ocean nourished the cliffs, and in return, the cliffs nourished the entire town. Anyway, the inhabitants of low tide had enough stone in them to set off in search of the ocean. I wavered too. Should we try to hook the lost water? In a way, yes, but not going with the flow. I have the answer now, thanks to Arlo and Becca. We need to go back to the source. We shared our shady spot with a man named Zoe. He was on his way down to the plane and tried to convince us to go with him. Why stay? He didn't understand why we wouldn't go. You won't get nothing out of these fields no more. The earth ain't worth a blessed thing. He grabbed a fistful of dust and held it up as proof. So he continued on his way while we prolonged our break, dreading having to go back into the blazing sun. I refuse to believe him. Ever since we set off, I feel like I'm rediscovering the tower. Like I've never truly looked at it or listened to it before. My perspective's changing. The higher up we go, I'm sure we're on the right track. Probably finish this chapter and then we'll be done for tonight. It's almost my bedtime. Which I don't know where the end of this chapter's gonna be. Yeah, I do got a bedtime. I go back to work tomorrow. There's a swing. Meow.
What am I swinging to? Feels like I'm swinging to that. Maybe not. No, I think it wants me to swing over to this. Oh, I didn't even need the plant. Still don't know how I feel about using these weird rock bugs. Soon, Moon. I don't know when your school's done, but soon. You wanna sleep? You should sleep at night. What does it want me to do? This camera's so bad. It's gotta be a swing. I was correct. It was a swing. Oh, a bit to go. You got this, Moon. Tough. Going down because I didn't realize that that way was gonna be the correct way. Hopefully I can grab back onto that easily. Umbrella Gazette issue 21, 7 octaves and 3/6 after the Gazette. Editorial: Brown or black fur, big ears, prone to both nervousness and laziness. There's nothing more common than a choco, too dull and unremarkable for a special issue, right? Wrong. In this issue of the Gazette, we'll do our best to make the ordinary extraordinary, starting with the most unobtrusive of beings, choco. These mammals are useful to us bipeds in two key ways. They lay eggs and line their nests with fur, providing delicious meals and dense balls of wool, not the other way around. Raising them is no easy task, however. Chocos are escape artists. Through our action, or rather inaction, they've taken to nesting all over the tower, though they're native to the Highfield region. Do you know chocos work together to incubate their sparkling eggs and watch over their young? Some would argue that Taking turns makes for better naps. But take a closer look at what's in their nests, and you may be in for a surprise. Chocos love to sit on anything that shines. Keep reading for more fun facts about chocos and their habits. Ta-da! What's new? Any work for us? Orders are drying up, and business at the rope works is far too slow for my liking. I'm starting to get bored. I've brushed up on all my knots, and I've done the accounting I've been putting off for cycles. And dusted all the machines. But now we're stuck twiddling our thumbs. We're not very good at doing nothing. Glad to know there's still someone left on the tower. Sada went with the flow, just like everyone else. I don't really see what they're expecting to find in the desert. It's not like the sun's going to budge any more there than it does here. No need for new ropes, but you're welcome to come by whenever you like. You'll soon get used to doing nothing, you'll see. It suits us anyway. We have more time for each other, Cass. That's just how to get back up. Which I mean, it looks like I'm gonna be going back up in a second. All that's down here is a single rock pile. Wonderful. Oh, now I'm back here. Okay. Now to see if I can grapple back up to this. I can. Good. Tree. Listen to your heart and follow your instincts. That's all I can tell you. Go if you must. I won't be going with you. My roots are here. I'm an old man. All I want is to stay on my land at peace with the world around. Well, I wish you all the best. I'll go to the old tree for as long as I can, and I'll cherish your memory as my most prized possession. I'll be sad, but knowing you're out there somewhere will comfort me. A tiny plant growing in the desert. Oh, Grandpa, I'm going to be sad too. I already am. Mama says we'll come back when the sun wills it, but I don't believe it. The sun doesn't will it, 'cause if it did, we wouldn't be stuffing everything in the house into flour sacks. I heard the water in the desert steams and is stinky. That's what Tommy says. She's already been there to make sure there was room for her animals, and she's going back with us. Unky says if you change your mind, you know where to find us. He doesn't want to write to you. He says you made Mama mad, and that I shouldn't be writing this. I love you, and I don't want to go, but I'm going. So bye, Grandpa. As none. so many different paths. Let's just... yeah, okay. Mom can see this because last time she couldn't. Slightly different. Spinning contraption. I don't know what it's supposed to be. The last one was the sea. Also, my rope disappeared. Excuse you. What was that move? I haven't seen a Bianco note in a while. Feel like I missed it. Grab, thank you. I don't think this was the answer. Does not seem to be. Oh, okay. Taking this one back. beautiful world. That one wasn't as interesting. Oh, tension's quiet, always quiet. You hydrate. Ad playing, and this is a Bianca. Logbook 12 octaves and 2/3 after the Jusant. Warning, this journal entry will definitely be too long, but I have so much to say. I got to see Em again. I'm so glad I got to drop anchor at her hut. We made up for the lost time in the blink of an eye. I almost capsized when I heard her laugh again. I'd missed it that much. She started by grumbling about something before shrugging and changing the subject, just like old times. I found myself chattering endlessly. The words flooded out of me. Told her everything. From my parents getting ready to pack up and go to our theories about water in the clouds. Everything got all jumbled up, and I could tell my chatter made no sense. But she nodded as though she'd never heard anything more profound. It was about then that I realized the whole team was gawking at us with round fish eyes. Oops, how long had I been standing there talking to M right in front of them? I hadn't even set my pack down yet. It was so awkward. M gave a frown and barked orders at the assembled group. There was a hard tack to prepare for everyone at the hut and mattresses to air out. Plus the salt the wind had blown into the corners. Everyone sprang up and got to work without another word. M's one tough cookie. That's for sure. Plus she was armed with a wooden spoon that she was brandishing wildly. A pot was soon set to heat in the sun while Sol swept the floor and Arlo scraped the plates. M gave me a wink and I laughed harder than I had in ages. Later on, with our stomachs full and feet bandaged, Em told us the stories she heard from travelers who stopped by her hut. One of them grabbed my attention, the legend of the piper, a musician of old. He was said to travel from region to region with his flute to make it rain. I'd never heard tell of it back home, but Arlo and Becca had. Where they're from, say he'd celebrate the rain's arrival rather than making it rain. When comes the water, dances the piper. I'm writing to keep my hands occupied, but I can't settle down as though staying busy will delay our departure. I've already rewound all my rope and checked on my pack. I brought way too many things aboard, and in this heat, besides, maybe I don't need these 3 teapots or my favorite flower pots after all. I couldn't just leave them behind, but I know I can't go on like this. I'm entrusting them to you, Ed. I hope they bring you as much comfort as they brought me. I hope to see you again one day. I'm your crewmate, always. That's cute. A big city area. Oh, we know each other. Our parents know each other. I see you're suffering. We're doing our best to divide the little water we have left here between us. The largest farms have been given priority. They use the most water since they feed the most people. I agree with what you say about needing to change the way we do things. We can't go on like this. It's not sustainable for you. You don't stand a chance compared to the big guys. We should convince them to share, pool our resources. Do you think that's possible? I'm not sending you water, but I am sending you courage. Joe. Wow, that's helpful. Yeah, it is that way. I want to explore a little more. I don't think this is getting me anything. Nope. I doubt I'll find much else. There's probably a rock pile down there. I haven't even bothered planting anything. What's the use? It breaks my heart to see the crops dying on the vine one by one, being powerless to stop it. I fought the sun long enough. I'd rather quit now than break my back for nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Leave the farm, probably. Finally pay you a visit, maybe? Is the little one already climbing? To think that I still haven't met her yet. Maybe throwing in the towel isn't such a bad thing after all. Oh no, I'm sorry. What an awful situation you're in. But yes, come for a visit. We'll gladly make room. The little one just started preschool. Can you believe it? She's growing so fast. She's incredible. You'll see. With each passing sleep, she learns something new. When I'm with her, I feel like I'm rediscovering the world around me. She gives me hope again. I should warn you, though, she can be a handful. Moon, they're talking about you. You're a handful. And a preschooler. Do I want to go down here? Do I see anything worth it? Sure, I can quickly do rock. You're not a handful? I don't know about that one. Yes, we're going down. No secondary python. Hey, Owens, have you seen the latest posters? The ones that say to eat more salt to quench your thirst? Together, let's save water. Salt your water. Salt your food. Water saved today is water drunk tomorrow. It made me think of you. They're taking it too far. We're supposed to drink less while they use up all the water in the Great Basin to water those sun-scorched fields of theirs. Yeah, I saw every little bit counts. Honestly, have they got no shame? It's always the same with them, but it's sure working out well for the store. I've never seen so many customers, even though most of the villages are already abandoned. I'm running low on pickleweed, earth salt, and rock salt. I'm even out of plain flakes, though they're pretty bland and not what I'd recommend. At this rate, I'm gonna have to start selling my personal stash. Why is this chapter so long? No, we don't quite reach that far. These poor creatures, just kind of using them to climb. Well, we're leaving the tower. The village has been given a date. I can't quite believe it. Still think about our dance. The last festival already seems so long ago. It was so nice to forget about all this for a sleep. Didn't realize it at the time, but I think at some point I'd given up. But then your laughter, the dizziness after that long waltz, the way you stepped on my feet, the way your cheeks glowed pink. I don't know how to ask you this, but want to come with me? Journey through life on the same pebble? Sorry, I know it's short notice, but now I care enough to be afraid. Afraid of what I could miss out on if I don't send you this message. I hope you get it, Keely. That all looks pretty familiar, to be honest. This doesn't, though. I don't think I was close enough to the last one. Whoops. I definitely don't want to fall down there. Why'd you jump like that? What the heck? No, no, that's better. There we go. Hello? Camera angle? I don't know what happened to the camera there. It was pretty bad though. The other sleep bros asked me to tell him a bedtime story. He's getting to be a big boy now, but I love it when I can still pretend he's little. I decided to tell him the tale of the long rain. I told him about the overflowing canals, high tide, the locks, and so on. But eventually he stopped me because he didn't understand. He didn't know what rain was. I'm starting to doubt myself. We both agree that it's not just some tale our elders made up. It did exist, right? Yeah, I think it did, yeah. But to be honest, I see where your kid's coming from. Rain falling from the sky does sound pretty odd. I wouldn't be surprised if the old folks had made it all up and are having a good laugh at us all up there. That's terrible. I don't get what the deal is with my parents and the ocean. It's all they talk about. We have to explore the Great Plain, go further across the oceanic ridges, find the ocean, blah, blah, blah. Fine, set sail for the desert if you want, but why would I have to come along too? They're getting on my nerves. Honestly, I'm kind of scared. I bet I'll get dizzy. Walking horizontally? Nope, no thanks. Not for me. Ugh, so that's it, Nil. You're leaving? I wouldn't mind going off on an expedition instead of marinate, marinating in this old place. It's so boring here. You have no idea. I can't take it anymore. If I have to roast, at least let me roast in the desert where things are happening. Plus, what if you found a spring? You'd be famous. It feels like I missed where the chapter was supposed to end. Or it's just a super long chapter. This thing's so finicky to get working too. That one was kind of a pain, actually. Nice. Checkpoint of sorts. Big creature. I don't know, we could ride the big creature. Chapter 4 Convergence. Hopefully you saved it then. What's an extra? Oh, you can look at the stuff. It did. Nice. Alrighty. We're done for today. That's a cute story. It's done. It's not done. There's a ton left. Well, maybe not a ton, but I'm done. We're gonna raid this one. I don't remember them, but we're gonna raid them. They're playing Final Fantasy. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Uh, the story's pretty nice. I don't think it'll probably be finished next stream, most likely. Not 100%, but we'll reach wherever we're going, which I assume is the top of the tower, is what they call it. But I don't have anything else, so I'm gonna send us off. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, and I'll see you guys next time.